Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn how to factorize quadratic expressions when a equals 1. So let me explain what quadratic expressions are. Now the standard form of a quadratic expression is ax to the power of 2 plus bx plus c. Okay, remember this one. So so A, B, and C are unknown values, they're digits, okay? And A can't be 0 because if A is 0, then the whole term ax to the power of 2 is going to be 0, and the expression is not going to be a quadratic expression. And of course, x is the variable or unknown. Now, let's have a look at this expression. This is a quadratic expression. Now, the standard form of the expression is ax to the power of 2 plus bx plus c. Now, let's find a, b, and c. Now, so someone might say there is no a or a is 0. Actually, a is not 0. In this case, when there is no digits in front of x to the power of 2, then a is 1. So we can write the whole expression like this if we want, although we don't need the 1. But when we do the calculation of the factorization, this one would be important to have, because I'm just going to use one method for this type of expressions and a different type of expression, which I'm going to explain in my next video. So a equals 1, b, you can see b equals 6, and c equals 8. All right, a is 1, b is 6, and c is 8. Now let's try to factorize this expression. I'm going to use the splitting method or partitioning of the middle term method. So again, I'm going to add the 1 here. And now this is what you need to know. This is B, okay, and this is C. Now you need to find two numbers that when they multiply together, they give the answer of AC. So A times C, in this case, is 8. And put the 8 here. And B is 6. So I drew a little table here for you so that you can write what you need under each column of the table, and you slowly understand how to factorize. So we need two numbers. One number times another number equals AC now. So we need actually the factors of 8. And we know the factors of 8 are 1 and 8. And the next one would be 2, 2 and 4. Now, which of these two factors add up to give 6? Obviously, it's not going to be 1, 8, but it's going to be 2 and 4. So 2 plus 4 equals 6. Okay, so these are the factors that we are going to use to split the 6x. So we rewrite x to the power of 2 as it is, but instead of writing 6x, we use 2x plus 4x, okay? And then write c as it is, plus 8. So this is step number 3, partitioning the middle term. And now we are going to group them into, so we're going to use the first two terms, factorize the first two terms and the second two terms. Now the common factor for x to the power of 2 and 2x is x. So put the x outside the bracket, open the bracket, and then you have x plus 2 inside the bracket. And the common factor of 4x plus 8 is going to be 4. So put a 4, there is a 4 here, plus 4, open the bracket, x plus 2. So we factorized one, now we have to factorize again. We look at both terms. We have two terms now. Each term has a single variable and a bracket. Now, is there anything in common, any factor that is in common for both terms? Yes, it is. The whole bracket can be taken as a common factor. So let's factorize it again. So x plus 2, leave x plus 2 in bracket as it is, and then open the bracket. What is left outside the first term is x, and outside the second term is 4, plus 4. And this is how we factorized using splitting the middle term method. So now here, when you split, you could put 2x first and 4x second, or you can put 4x first and 2x second. So it doesn't matter what order you put the parts of 6x after solve the middle term, after you partition. Okay, let's have a look at another example. X to the power of 2 minus 10x plus 24. Then straight away, A equals 1, B equals minus 10, and C equals 24. Okay, so 24. So you need to find two numbers that multiply to give 24. Okay, but actually they add to give minus 10. Right, now to give now minus 10. Now the factors of 24 are going to be 2 and a 24. Can they add to be minus 10? Now cross it out straight away if you want. 2 and a 12, 2 and a 12, 2 times 12 is 24, but 2 plus 12 actually is 14. I can do something with 12, but hang in there. Next one would be a 3 and 8. 3 times 8 is 24, but 3 plus 8, no, they don't make minus 10. 3 minus 8, no, so 3 and 8, definitely not the right factors. And the next one is going to be 4 and a 6. 4 and a 6. Can I do something with 4 and a 6? I mean, 4, take away 6. 4 times 6 is 24. 4 take away 6 is minus 2. But if one of them is minus 2, then the answer is going to be negative, so it's not going to be 24. How about minus 4 and minus 6? Because if I multiply minus 4 and minus 6 together, they would give a positive answer. So the answer is going to be 24. And if I add them together, so minus 4, minus 6, of course, is going to be minus 10. Now, let's have a look at 2 and 12. 2 times 12 is 24. Now, we know that 2 minus 12 might give minus 8. But actually, if I multiply 2 and minus 12, the answer is going to be minus 24. So 2 and 12 cannot be the factors that I need. So you see, minus 4 and minus 6 are the right factors, because if I multiply them together, the answer is going to be positive 24. And if I add, the answer is going to be minus 10. And now is the time I split the middle term. So write the first one as it is. So I have x to the power of 2 minus 4x minus 6x plus 24. Now, can you see? The value of the whole expression is the same, because minus 4x minus 6x is again minus 10x. And then now I'm going to group these two together and these two together. Common factor for x to the power of 2 and 4x is going to be x. So I'm going to factorize, huh? That's why I group them in two. So I have x minus 4. Can you see? And then stop for a couple of seconds and I have a look back. What if I expand? Will I have the same answer? X times x, x to the power of 2, x times minus 4, minus 4x. So there you go. Our factorization is done correctly. Now here, the common factor is going to be 6. Open the bracket, x. Now be careful here, because it's minus 6x. Now, if I leave this as a plus, because someone might say, well, it's a plus, I'm going to put a plus. But actually, this one should be minus. I will explain the reasons in a second now. It's minus 4, because let's try and do the expansion. Minus 6 times x, minus 6x. Minus 6 times minus 4, plus 24. So be careful when you put plus 24 inside the bracket. You need to think, you need to look at the sign outside 6 is minus 6 actually. So when you expand minus 6 times minus 4, you get the answer 24. So pay attention to the minus. Or if you by accident put x plus 4, then you do the expansion in your head and think, is this correct? And then change it if it's not correct. And another reason is, can you see this term here? X minus 4. I need another x minus 4 to be able to factorize again. So that is another reason that I need the x minus 4 on this side. Now is the time for the second factorization. So I know x minus 4 is the common factor for both terms, this one and this one. So I put the whole bracket on the left-hand side, x minus 4, open the bracket. What's outside the first term? I have x. Outside the second term, I have minus 6. Yeah, and this is it. This is the factorization of my quadratic expression, x to the power of 2 minus 10x plus 24. And here's the last one, x to the power of 2 plus 4x minus 21. Again, a equals 1, b equals 4, and c equals minus 21. Right, so factors, we need two numbers that multiply to give minus 21 and two numbers that add up to give b, so to give 4. Something plus something equals 4. Something times something equals minus 21. Right, now two numbers that give minus 21, so one of them should be, two factors, one of them should be negative to be able to have a negative answer because it's a multiplication. So straight away now, I can think of the 3 and a 7. But actually, if I multiply 3 and a 7, both of them are positive. The answer is going to be positive. So 3 and 7 are not my factors, okay? How about minus 3 and a 7? So one of them is negative. Minus 3 times 7 is minus 21. Minus 3 plus 7 is 4. Now, if minus 7 under 3 is the first, let's say, pair of factors that came in your head, someone might think minus 7 times 3 is minus 21, but actually, is minus 7 plus 3 4? No, it's not. The answer is going to be minus 4. So this pair is not going to be our answer. So we have minus 3 and 4. Sorry, and 7, sorry. That is the pair of factors that we need. So we are going to use these two factors to split the middle factor. And this is what we have, x to the power of 2 minus 3x, okay, plus 7x minus 21. As I said before, it doesn't matter what order. It could be plus 7x minus 3x. Right, now put them in groups. So the first two with the second two. And then factorize. Common factor for the first two term is x. Open the bracket, x minus 3. And then plus, common factor is 7. Open the bracket, x minus 3. Okay, and now what is common for both terms? Okay, minus x minus 3, so the whole bracket. So put x minus 3 on the left-hand side, open the bracket. What is left for the first term? So all this is a term. Huh? All this is a term, and all this is a term. So x minus 3, open the bracket, x plus 7. And there you go. And this is how we factorize. So when you have minus at a b minus or c negative, be careful when you find out which factors will make both of them. So you need to be careful. And so, but slowly, try to draw this little table. It helps you find out which pair of factors you use. but the more practice you have, the easier it becomes. And here's some independent work for all of you to work from home, follow the steps, and enjoy factorizing quadratic expressions using the splitting of the middle term. And when a is 1, I'm going to use exactly the same method when a is not 1. So in my next video. So this is another equation that you can use, and this here's you have another one. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching my steps, and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.